Shalom and welcome to Biblical Hebrew Lesson 23. We are continuing our journey through the meaning of the letters and the vowels. Pe represents a mouth, symbolizing speech or expression. It refers to the power of speech. Speech has the power to become good or evil depending on how we use it. The shape of a pei is a kaf with a yod inside of it. This represents the spiritual spark of the soul contained inside the physical body. With words and silence, we can communicate the essence of our soul and existence. This requires that the inner and outer life match, that the physical existence is fully aligned with the spiritual. Proverbs 18:21, life and death are in the hands of the tongue. Because of this, the pei represents the requirement to govern one's own nature. Zadeh represents righteousness or a hook symbolizing justice or humility. It represents the person who is just as well as the righteousness of the Creator. The Sadiq strives to be true, loving, justice and fairness, straight and fully honest with their conscience. The idea is that the world is broken, so every person must face their own evil and learn to restore. The literal meaning of Zadeh is a fishing hook. The shape of the Zadeh is a nun with a yod riding on top of it. This signifies that the essence of the Creator, who animates all matter, guides and dwells within the one who is humble, as symbolized by the nun. Another key trait is hiddenness. Quoth represents the back of the head, symbolizing holiness or cycles. It originally meant the back of the head or the eye of a needle. Quoth has to do with the requirement of removing the husk of the superficial to reveal the holiness within. It also represents all the cycles of nature, changing seasons, monthly and yearly cycles. It is the constant movement, circulation and change of life. It could also represent that through the cycles of life that we see growth, change, suffering, happiness, life experience. The resh represents a head, symbolizing leadership or beginning. It is the symbol of choosing between greatness and degradation. Just as bet and kaf, resh is a container. But while kaf represents forms such as a cup or house, resh represents containing the infinite exponential growth. It also represents the constant transition, flow and change of life. It is like a constant flow of energy, breaking through, breaking down into pieces and building anew. The resh also relates to the spiritual DNA. It contains the secrets of bere'shit, in the beginning. As the word rosh, which means head, it also refers to the secrets of the crowning of glory. Shin symbolizes teeth, often representing change, transformation, or divine power. The 21st letter of the alefbet is the letter of fire and transformation. Shin literally means tooth, and its shape is 3 branches of flame. These are the 3 pillars of the tree of life, reaching high like flames, purifying and changing the condition of our lives, teaching us to become aligned with the whole of creation. It also represents the right and left extreme opposites and the requirement to balance them by following the central pillar, the middle way. Both the tooth and fire meaning of shin refer to it as a process of transformation. The whole process of transformation, healing, breaking and restoring. The fire also represents the unchangeable, the unmovable, and thus is a symbol of divine power. The Spirit constantly transforms the matter, yet remains unchanged himself. Matter changes constantly, yet the Spirit within does not change. So all of life is a process of learning to align with the unchangeable essence. Shin represents the flame of the Spirit, which we must keep always burning within us. Finally, the chin also teaches us balance. It is composed of 3 valves, the 3 pillars of the tree of life. The right pillar is of kindness and mercy, the left of strict justice and truth. The world cannot continue without both, so we must balance between the two in all aspects of life. We must find the middle way between the opposites and the extremes. Tav represents a mark or cross symbolizing truth or covenant. It is the symbol of truth, perfection and completion. It represents the restoration of all existence. It is a return to the essence and purpose of one's life. It represents completion before beginning again with the original oneness of the Aleph. The Tav shows us that the end was set from the beginning, as Tav is the final letter of bere'shit, in the beginning, the first word of the Torah. It is the idea that the Creator set in motion all of existence in order to reach a final state of perfection, the fulfillment of all creation. It is also the completion of truth, emet. However, as soon as Tav is reached, we begin again immediately by going back to Aleph, the one source of everything. The end is never really the end, but the beginning of something new. In biblical Hebrew, vowels do not have the same level of symbolic meaning as the consonants. This is because Hebrew vowels are not represented by independent letters, but by a system of diacritical marks called nikod, which were developed much later, around the 7th to the 10th centuries CE, by the Masoretes to preserve the pronunciation of the biblical text. However, some interpretations, especially in Kabbalah, attribute certain spiritual meanings to vowels due to their sounds and roles in shaping the pronunciation of the holy words in Hebrew. Qamat represents a sound associated with expansiveness or the breath of life. Pata symbolizes opening or revelation. Tazer associated with clarity and truth. Zigol symbolizing humility or a lower state of being. Holam symbolizing completion or wholeness. Shuruk and kubutz represents the U sound, often associated with unity or fullness. Hirik symbolizes the connection or a direct path. Shua has been seen as representing potential or transition. Because the shua can be either vocalized or silent, it embodies a point of transition between sound and silence, reflecting a moment of choice or balance. It symbolizes the fine balance between creation, sound, action, and cessation, silence, and rest. It can also be seen as a type of connector in the flow of speech, bridging the silence between words or syllables in a manner similar to the Vav. Please refer to the earlier lessons where we learnt the alefbet, that's lessons 1 to 3, because there we look at the numerical value of the letters, and it's also important within the meaning of the letters. Also refer to the lesson 14 on the history of the alefbet. Remember to study, go over the flashcards, go over the previous lessons, and if you have any questions, please put it in the comments and I will respond as soon as possible. Shalom, have a great day.